Chapter 1. You are listening at FameTV.info. In the operating room, a group of medical staff in blue overalls are working in front of the operating table breathlessly. The knife doctor's eyes were staring at the patient's wound, wipe sweat. A woman beside the doctor immediately took up the gauze, avoided the doctor's sight and wiped the sweat beads on his forehead. Hemostatic forceps, gauze. Scissors. With a click, the doctor slowly stopped his action, and the whole person relaxed. The patient's breathing is normal and there is no other abnormality. Send to the ICU for 1 night, pay attention to avoid fever, and record all the details. After the doctor's words, several medical staff pushed the patient's bed and ventilator away. In the operating room, there were only 2 people left, the doctor holding the knife and the woman just wiping sweat. The door of the operating room was opened, and the family members of the patient swarmed over and asked the question, "Doctor, how is my father?" "Nurse, is the operation still successful?" Yeah, when will my dad wake up?" The nurses resisted the family members of the patients who kept pushing forward, and said in a very skilled tone, "Come on, please excuse me. The patient's operation is very successful. Now we have to take the patient back to the room. If you have any questions, I will answer them one by one later." As the door of the operating room slowly closed, the noise gradually disappeared. In the operating room, the surgeon takes off his bloody gloves and throws them into the garbage can. "Su Tang, your performance in this operation is very good. I'll sort out your performance when I go back. It's estimated that you can't get away with the number of regular places at the end of the month." Su Tang's face covered by the mask only showed a pair of bright eyes, which were full of joy. "Really? Thank you, teacher." The doctor nodded faintly and said, "Well, I see your performance. Do well. The hospital won't treat you badly." Su Sugar nodded excitedly. "It's hard to hide the excitement in my heart." "Well, it's getting late. You should tidy up the operating room and go back to rest as soon as possible." "Good teacher." "Goodbye, teacher." Seeing the doctor leave, Su Tang's eyes flickered with a different light. Hands and feet of the operating room clean. Look at the eye time, is already late at night. Take out the surgical equipment from the disinfection cabinet. Yu Guang is suddenly attracted by the bright light outside the window, and unconsciously moves to the window. In order to facilitate cleaning, the window is double glazing, bright and clean. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.